Prof, having gone through the statement, a test one, one must say, from the presidency, your thoughts?
I think it creates a lot of confusion because the way in which President Ramaphosa answered it initially appeared as if he knew exactly what he was referring to, and that he had even referred to a discussion with his son. Now it appeared that his son didn't have any working relationship or business relationship with Bosasa or no the African Global Solutions, and that was about a donation that they've made to President Ramaphosa's trust fund for his presidential campaign last year. So it is for a completely different purpose, and I think this raises several questions about, first of all, how informed President Ramaphosa is about his own financial flows, and secondly, about who actually who supported him during the time of his campaign for the president of the ANC, and to what extent what he presented to Parliament was therefore a misrepresentation. He apologized and he sent this letter to the Speaker and with a request that it is presented to all members of Parliament. So in that sense, I think he tries to contain the damage that was done by this situation.
Indeed, Prof. I mean, when one looks at it, it's difficult not to, draw a link between his son, the people who gave the donation, Gavin Watson, and him and his campaign. Because, I mean, on the first page, the statement does acknowledge that his son's company does indeed have a contract with African Global Operation for the provision of consultancy services. Then how then does a person not make the link and then say, well, clearly the $500,000 donation that subsequently went to fund his campaign, ANC campaign, then has everything to do with the job that his son is doing?
Yes, and that is what I mean by the confusion that it creates, and that he couldn't link it to his own situation. And but I think it started with the question itself, by the follow-up question by Mmusi Maimane, where he does refer to his son in that context, and therefore one might be able to give credit to President Ramaphosa by trying to follow up that link. But I think he should have been informed about this. In the statement, it is also said that he was not at all informed about this donation, and they only discovered it in the last number of days. What instigated this to some extent is the fact that there was a follow-up by news media, like in News 24 specifically, that they approached the attorneys in order to try to get more information. And I think this latest statement is very much directly linked to the fact that investigations are clearly taking place now about the origin of this funding.
Now, listening to his response on the day to the DA leader, Mmusi Maimane, he has a question that comes up, because he says somewhere in his answer, the president that is, this was brought to my attention a long time ago. And then he goes on to say, I asked him at close range, his son that is, if it's a service, and then he said it was a service that was provided. Now, this suggests to me that initially Andile gave his father one answer, and subsequently Andile may have changed his story. Do you agree with me, Prof?
That appears to be the case, because more lately now, Andile Ramaphosa is denying this, that he ever had this sort of relationship. And that, again, confuses the matter. I think that the other point which is a concern is the involvement of Bosasa, or the African Global Solutions, as they are called now, which has a bit of a checkered history in its relationship with government departments, especially correctional services. They were also the cause for a person who was a chairperson in many parliamentary committees, Vincent Smith, to withdraw from his work, for example, in the Constitutional Review Committee in Parliament, because of his dealings with Bosasa. So I think from a purely from making a judgment call about who you're associated with and not. It's possibly not a good thing, from my point of view at least, to be associated with a company that has this type of vast engagement with government, all sorts of contracts. In the past, for example, with AXA and providing security services and other departments also. And I think this is from a presidential point of view, it creates risks that should actually have been avoided.
Prof, I'm afraid we are going to have to stop this interview here. Your line is just getting worse and worse. Professor Dirk Coetzee, of course, from the University of South Africa.